Mr. Scott Dreyer, Wabash alumnus from the class of 1982 and former Wabash College soccer player, along with Emeritus Professor of Classics John Fisher, Wabash honorary class of 1970. From 1964 until 2004, Professor Fisher taught, coached, and mentored generations of Wabash men and faculty on being a responsible citizen, being accountable, and being trustworthy. Professor Fisher changed men for the better, and those men have gone on to make our world better. He formed the first Wabash College Soccer Club in 1965, served as the club's team head coach in 1965 and 66, and then as the soccer varsity assistant coach from 1967 until 1970. In honor of his service as professor, coach, and friend to so many Wabash men, this athletic field is now dedicated as Fisher Field. This is all made possible by a generous gift from Scott Dreyer, inspired by his passion for Wabash College and Wabash athletics, and his spirit of philanthropy. And now, to start our second game, Professor Fisher, President Hess, and Mr. Dreyer will celebrate the dedication with the first kick at Fisher Field.
That was nice. You like it? Yeah. We still got it. You can see the touchdown. Oh, yeah. Bernie Macker. He's Bernie Macker's son.
All right, I got a Bernie Maker friend request on Facebook.
That's probably him. That's Bernie's son.
Is that what it is?
Macker's son.
Very nice.
Hagen?
Was he a soccer player?
He's got two sons. Hagen and Bernie.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Macker, how are you?
Congratulations.
Good to see you.
Once again, we welcome you to Game 2 of the 2016 Robbie Dreyer Classic. Our second game this afternoon will be between the visitors from Monmouth College and your Wabash College Little Giants.
Let's go, guys! Let's go!
Let's go, Wabash!
Will you please rise for a special announcement followed by the national anthem? A brother of Wabash College, Austin Wyrick, class of 2018, passed away last night. A native of Goshen, Indiana, Austin was an economics major and a business minor. He was president of the Independent Men's Association, part of Wabash Democracy and Public Discourse, an active member of the Wabash Acts Responsibly Ward Council, and was a past participant in both the football and Full Bridge at Wabash Business Preparation Program. At this time, we recognize Austin with a moment of silence. Thank you. Please remain standing as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Yeah. How you been? I've been great. She's doing okay. Yeah. She's recovering. It's just not as quick.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for this afternoon's contest. First, for the visitors from Monmouth, the goalkeeper, number 32, Jake Stroud. The rest of the Monmouth lineup, number 3, Martin Zafarov. Number 5, Brad Dooley. Number 8, Carlos Ruiz. Number 11, Eric Hernandez. Number 14, Daniel Wells. Number 15, Connor Oatman. Number 19, Lucas Sarmskara. Number 22, Mario Sanchez. The head coach of the Little Giants, Mr. Chris Keller.
Wabash!
Yeah. Hopefully they'll wait till we go.
Yeah, Timmy said after seven.
Oh, perfect.
Right behind you. We all tried to do it, yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
No, they want him back. They want him.
Later, young man.
Oh, we got plenty.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I know, you're so sweet.
Whatever, G.
He was trying to see how many.
Look at another one. Hey!
Oh.
No, this one's for me.
Okay.
Name's on it. Name's on it.
Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry. We'll go when they can. Oh, they got us. No.
What about that? They forgot to start the scoreboard? Check out this pimp right here, the linesman. Yeah, I like it. Look at that. I want to do like him when he. I want to do like him. Yeah. I like it. Come on, get that goal in there.
Good. Good. Yeah. Thanks.
It's a goal kick. Give a corner kick. What the heck? Yeah. Okay. Fight you. Now you're gonna play. Now you're gonna play. You're gonna play catch.
Wow. Ain't no way.
Oh, there you go. That's not bad. That's a good choice.
42 now.
Yeah? You like the position? Because you're fast, you move well, right? You just don't want to be on the line. That's right. You catch it and then you're free to go.
Yeah. Little blitz.
Most kids don't start doing that until they're 16.
He had to know where the strong safety was.
Because we're kind of on the same committee.
We get cards out. Like the cards that they make floor. We set up offense and defense. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me know if she's got some idea and have to help anytime. Because she is much better than me.
Go, 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 go! Go, Red!
Are you guys here again? Did you see it thrown up with basketball? Okay, so we got some more. So maybe right before the second half starts.
Okay.
The people take off right after half. It's 2 halves, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got some more. It's pretty fun, actually. I was off. I've never done it before. I'm asking you guys. That's good.
Swing sky! You remember, hey, hey, number 11. Go. His son's out there playing. Take his hand again.
2 hours ahead.
Player one.
Come on, guys.
Come on, Nick!
That was it.
Red bar! That's a red bar! It's so good.
Bravo. Hey, she said it. You need to keep busy.
I learned to walk around quickly everywhere. People think
Love it.
I mean, you don't have to be doing it.
Put a bit there that might practice.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
We'll go back.
Hi, Nicola! I won't talk to you much. I know how it is. I know, but you want to be. Yeah, I know.
We'll go back there.
I was talking to Chris. He said, yeah, we're playing well. We're just not getting it.
Wabash goal scored by number 16, Nikola Kazmakowski.
Go boys, let's go boys! And again, let's go again!
Where is it?
Okay, vamos a atacar. I know.
Oh, I see him.
Rotate.
Show No, I got it. In my pocket. Keep going, Ford. Keep going.
That figures. So she's the social studies teacher slash administrator.
That figures because he is a trainer, but maybe an awesome nice
I said, I
Dr. Maker. You got number 9.
That's awesome.
That made my
And that was a good name for it.
That was a good. I had to share it with somebody. Come on.
Yeah.
All by yourself.
Honored.
It's Facebook.
I am so honored you thought of it.
We don't have.
How about you? Good to see you as well. What's up? How's it going? Nice to see you. Welcome back.
Hey, how have you been? How we doing so far? Really? Okay, good. They're good. Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll see you around.
Yeah, definitely.
All the job. I think it's 05. So, no, amore che abbiamo preso una vez per guardia da
Kajmakowski. That was on a handball in the box. And the Little Giants trying to work with possession. That's Jacques Boulet who was going up for the ball, called for the foul. Second game of the Robbie Dreher Classic. Hanover took game 1 4-1 over Carthage. The Panthers got an early goal and then scored a second to take a 2-0 lead. That was the first half score. In the second half, Hanover and Carthage traded goals before the Panthers added a final in the closing minutes. 32-50 remaining here in the first period with Wabash holding a 1-0 lead. Alexis Arellano working in the back with Rodrigo Porras. Rod will work it up the far right side. Now reverses all the way over to Spase Dorsaleski. He'll bring it to the near end. Looks at what he's got. Fires a pass off to Kazmakowski. They'll work it inside. Here's Riley Pelton. Pelton tries to fire far side. Header attempt by Corey Sims. Not quite there. Just sailed over his head, but Dorsaleski will reset with Porras on the back end. Now they'll go far side. Little Giants working the ball on the offensive attack again. They look for Kajmakowski, and instead it'll be hauled in by the goalkeeper, Stroud.
There you see the game clock, 31:54 and counting, as Wabash collects the goalie kick. And we'll start back on offense again. Here's Boulay. Drops back to Porras to reset. Corey Sims will take it near the midfield stripe. Down in the corner now, this is Stuyverson. Riley Pelton trying to collect. The Panthers with good defense. Pelton tried to find Gore on a run, and instead it was Jacques Boulay battling with Stroud, and Stroud got there just a moment before. Hauled that in. Kept Boulay from having an easy walk-in and giving Wabash a 2-0 lead. Gino James with good possession to get it to Corey Sims. Now Wabash will reset the offense again. Spase Dorsileski gives over to Stuyverson. Stuyverson back to Spase. Now they'll go to the far wing over near the Wabash bench. Gino James works it forward. Kaczmakowski may have been offsides, but the Little Giants couldn't contain possession. Ball booted all the way down toward Dayton Jennings. And he'll let it roll out of bounds for a throw-in for Wabash. First substitute of the ball game, Abdoulaye Wega will check in. Jacques Boulay will head to the bench. Abdoulaye, a freshman out of New York City. Part of a very good freshman group for Wabash, a young team. As the Little Giants restart on the throw-in, here's Pelton. Tried to fire down to the wing, but Gino James had stepped back defensively. And now it'll be Monmouth working it. This is Sem. Sem will take the throw-in on the far side. Starting to look downfield. Still looking downfield. Instead, he'll go to the middle, and that ball will be collected by 22 Sanchez, and the Little Giants will be called with a foul. So Sanchez tried to turn the corner, and Wabash with the contact off the ball. So a free kick for Monmouth. Wabash leading 1-0 on the penalty kick. Little Giants set their wall. Referee David Howard says they're in a good spot, and the ball kicked right into the wall. And Kaczmakowski will clear it out. Songarath will collect. He'll have the throw in. Check it. That's going to be Oltman. And now he'll give it up to Wells. Throw in collected by Spase. Out of bounds. Right back to Wells. And the throw in taken a little further up from where the ball went out. So Wells will have to do it again. 28 minutes and the clock counting down here in the first period. Wabash leads 1-0 with the only shot on goal of the game on the penalty kick by Nikola Kaczmakowski. Rodrigo Porras will bring this upfield. Finds Pelton for a quick touch, and now they'll reverse over to Spase. Dorsileski works toward midfield. Now he's going to go far side. Gino James will have to trap that. Does so well. Looking for Mike Gore. But instead, Corey Sims collects. Here comes Gore in the box. His shot knocked down by Stroud. The follow-up by Kaczmakowski, no good. There's one by Sims that just misses. A good offensive set for the Little Giants. Nothing in the back of the net. But Wabash with a great offensive press. Sims, Kaczmakowski, Gore all right there on the attack. Wabash again on the move. Dorsileski will work it back to Dayton Jennings. This is Porras on the far side. Looks to James. Gino up the field now into the Wabash half. And taken away by Monmouth. Fighting Scots, trying to control on the far side in front of their bench. They'll play it all the way out to Wells. Wells on the near side. Gives it along to Sondergroth. Now back to Wells. Wells on the attack in the Wabash third. And that's going to be an offside call as Sondergroth got just in front of the last Wabash defender. Monmouth unable to time that up. A good trap by the Wabash back line. So Dayton Jennings will play this in off the offside call. That ball out of bounds. Throw in will come from Corey Stuyvesant. Big throw toward Kajmakowski. That's going to go over the goal line. Oh, no, beautiful save on the late run, but it just went over the goal line. Abduli Wega with a great run, nearly kept it in, and he found Riley Pelton in front of the goal. 1-0, Wabash with the lead, 25:06 with the clock counting down here in the first period. Porras plays the air ball that Gore went after initially, and we'll get a foul called on Monmouth. So the foul will give Wabash the free kick. It'll be taken by Dorsileski. Pushes it toward Gore. It's headed out of the way. Wega tried to control, and it bounced right up into his arm for a handball. Tough break there. Good hustle by the freshman, trying to collect that ball. But instead, it'll be Stroud to put it back in play. Just outside the box. Good punt downfield, headed back toward midfield by Dorsileski. Ball's in the air, and we're going to have a foul on Mike Gore. So foul on Gore, and the restart will come from Oltman. Puts his foot into it. Ball's going to be controlled by the speedy Gino James, but then quickly taken away by Monmouth, and then the Little Giants with the recovery. Played back to Dorsileski. He'll come to the near side, now back toward the middle, and finds Alexis Arellano. Now on the far side to Pelton. Pelton drops it back to Arellano, back to Pelton. And he'll play back toward the midline where Spasse Dorsileski awaits. Now Spasse will reset to the near side. Corey Sims now working to Abduli. Up ahead. Good job by Alexis to keep it alive. Dumped it off on the far side to Kajmakowski, but that ball kicked over the goal line. And it'll be a goal kick for the Fighting Scots. Little Giants with the only goal on a penalty kick. They have the only shot on goal in the game and have 2 corner kicks compared to none. A red card issued, of course, on the handball in the box. Three fouls called on Monmouth compared to 1 for Wabash. Little Giants in front of the Monmouth bench. Couldn't control it before it went over the touchline. So Dusem will, well, initially was going to handle the throw in. He'll give it off to Adam Stenzel now, who will instead take the throw. Scots taking their time. Now they'll throw into the Wabash half. And Wabash will control. Pelton under some pressure. Gets it off to Sims. Sims to the middle. Gives to Ariano. Alexis says, let's get set up. Dumps it to Pelton. A nice touch to Pelton. Good run by Riley. But he couldn't control as he was well defended. Here's Wega with the tackle. Gets it ahead. This is Stuyverson, and Stuyverson off the deflection. It'll go to the Scots. Monmouth on the attack. Here's Brad Dooley. And that ball sails out of bounds over the touchline. Wabash quickly with the throw-in. In the back, this is Porras. Working it up the line now is Gino James, and it'll be another throw-in as it's knocked out of bounds by the Scots. Mike Gore will take the throw from Gino James. Up ahead to Ariano. Ariano with a quick turn and shot. That's blocked right at the front of the box. Back to Dorsileski. He'll fire it back in. A good header from Pelton, but equally well headed away by Connor Altman. James now working with the ball. Little Giants have had the advantage in possession today. Through the first 25 minutes, Wabash has had possession of the ball for the largest piece. Oh, a nice curving shot by Abduli Wega. That one sailed just over the crossbar, but had nice movement on it. Looked like it was going to stay high and outside, and then just made a last-second cut in over the top of the crossbar, just missing. Deep ball on the punt, fielded by Porras. And here's a ball played and a foul on Wabash. That's Charles Cranford. So Cranford battling for the ball, drew the foul. Ball played in the defensive half of the Scots by Connor Altman. He'll get it back to Cranford, and now they'll play up in the middle, and Pelton will step in front of that pass with a good tackle. Now in the middle, battling to get it free is Kajmakowski. Tried to go wide. This will be a 50-50 ball that Wago will come down with to Kajmakowski, and the Scots flick it away. Pelton's got it just before the ball sails over the touchline. A deep shot, header by Wega, and it's just going to glance off the side and out of bounds off the over the touchline. A good look, and Wega tried to get up and get a header on it toward the net, and it just glanced off the back and sailed wide over the touchline. Stuyverson's going to go up for this one. He gets it, but he's going to climb the back of Carlos Ruiz and will be called for the foul. This is Daniel Wells to put it in play after the foul. Ball deep. Dayton Jennings calling for it. He'll play it on a very short hop and will immediately fire it back out to Gino James, racing up the far sideline into the Wabash half, where Monmouth comes up with the defensive stop. And now this is Sem trying to make a turn. Makes a good drop pass. That's off to 22, Mario Sanchez. And now Spasse in the back half for Wabash, up to Abduli. He'll work down the left line, fired ahead to Gore. Gore was onside, and they're going to call Mike for the push in the back as he was in a battle with the Scots, Charles Cranford, Cranford did a nice job of blocking him off, and Mike called for the push in the back, battling for the ball. Holton Warner here at the ball game today. Many of the Sphinx Club members here, and a lot of great Wabash alumni here as well as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Wabash Soccer and the Robbie Dreher Classic. My new young assistant to my right, helping keep my papers in line. Here's Mike Gore on the far right side. Dribbled through, found Kajmikoski for a moment, but the ball taken away by Sanchez. Wabash Stuyvesant now comes up with it. Looked for Abduli, just a little wide. Stuyvesant smacks the turf. Just a little frustrated with the pass, but it was a great look for Stuyvesant. Had the right idea and almost perfectly played. Gino James will collect this loose ball in the middle. Mike Gore will battle to maintain possession. And off goes Ariana. He gets it to Nicola. Nicola takes a shot, and it just glanced off the left foot and sailed wide. Had a little bit of everything in weather today. Right now, beautiful sunny skies with clouds mixed in. We had a little rain just before the start of the Hanover-Carthage game. Had a little bit of a breeze a moment ago. As Monmouth restarts, 15:40 on the game clock here in the first half of soccer from Fisher Field. Substitute checking in. 2 subs in for Monmouth. We'll get their numbers. That's going to be Justin Seeley. Also checking in, Augustin Miranda. So 2 new faces on the field for Monmouth. 1-0, Wabash with the lead. A penalty kick on a handball in the box. Put into the back of the net by Nikola Kajmikoski. Here's Mike Gore with the ball at the midfield. Drops back for Gino James, and he'll fire all the way across field to Stuyvesant. Good collection. Max Rowley in now for Wabash. He gets it to Abduli. Abduli centers, and that's going to be played away eventually by the Scots. Cranford finally got a good foot on it to get it out of the box, but Wabash retained at midfield again. Wabash dominating possession here in the first half. Now the Scots on the attack. They'll play it ahead. We'll wait and see if the flag comes up. It does not. It's an offside. Dayton Jennings knocks the ball down. And Francisco Trejo also checked in during the last stoppage. Stepped forward to get it out of the box, but Monmouth still maintains possession. Scott's back into the box and knocked away quickly by Porras. James now settles. Flicks ahead to Kajmikoski, to the wing to Trejo. Trejo works, drops it off. Kajmikoski ahead to the wing. This will be Rowley. And Max can't get there before it crosses the touchline. Rowley and Seeley and Chase. And the touchline, the winner on that ball. Here's Gore. Gore ahead to Trejo. Trejo! And it's stuffed by Stroud. Wouldn't have counted. An offside flag is up on the far side. So Trejo just got in a second early before Mike Gore played it ahead to him. And that is a great play by Chase Stroud, the goalkeeper. And Trejo comes away limping just a bit. Wabash sub is ready to check in the next opportunity. Porras will play that punt back. Flicked ahead to Gore. Mike Gore, tap ahead, but it'll be collected back toward the keeper. He grabs the ball as Mike Gore challenges him. But Chase Stroud. No loose ball. Gore will pressure just a bit, and this ball's going to sail toward the touchline. And will stay in until the third bounce takes it out of bounds, deep in Wabash territory. Stuyvesant will throw for the Little Giants. Adam Phipps and crew bringing you all the pretty pictures. Great job by the guys getting set up. First time we've done the big broadcast here at Soccer in a couple of years. This ball over the touchline, and James will throw it back in. Porras will collect. Trejo now with it, works it center to Gore. Gore will look to the wing, finds Stuyvesant, good run. Stuyvesant ahead, now to Abduli. Abduli drops for Stuyvesant, tried to go two-man back to Abduli. Instead, he'll have to reset up to Rowley. Rowley down to Gore. Gore looking to turn off that left shoulder. Fired it out up top. Here's a deep shot by James. It's wide and high, but Gino took a good early first strike. Gabby Aguiano. Got to take a second look at that to make sure I get it right, but it's Gabriel Aguiano. The freshman scored the first goal of the season for the Little Giants. Downfield punt by Chase Stroud. Headed by Dorsaleski, and now it's foot race time between Sem and Gino James. Sem will collect, but James will kick it off of the Monmouth player. Throw in for Wabash. Trejo will go wide. Abduli will knock it down and fire it back to Stuyvesant to reset. Corey downfield quickly to Kajmakowski. Ball's going to be headed away by Cranford. And we're going to have a foul on Monmouth on the play by Kajmakowski. Referee, let Wabash try and play the advantage. A very good call. But when Monmouth came up with it, he had called the delay foul and now awards the ball to Wabash. On the free kick, Kajmakowski standing with Aguiano. Anguiano. I'll get it right, I promise. Tried to go with too soft a G when he scored his first goal against Franklin. Tied the game at 1-1. Angiano steps through. There's a shot. Back of the net for Kajmakowski. Third goal of the season for Nikola Kajmakowski. And he spots Wabash to a 2-0 lead with 8:56 left to play, first period. Anguiano stepped through it, and then Kajmakowski struck and got it right past Chase Stroud for the goal. Goal number 3 of the season and goal number 2 of the ball game for Nikola. You hear Christian Wirtz, who's our official scorekeeper and on PA today, announcing that goal. There's a ball wrapped up. Justin Seeley battled for it. And Stuyvesant, with very solid defense, tackled that away. Throw in back to Dorsaleski. They'll play deep to Jennings. And go to the far side now to Porras. Back in the back third for the Little Giants. This will be James using his speed up ahead to Gabby. Off to Rowley. Rowley played through to Wega. It's going to be Free Burton. Free Burton! Free Burton breaks free. His first goal of the season And it was a tremendous run by Burton and a great ball played through for the Little Giants. Burton subbed in after the goal and struck early and has given Wabash the 3-0 lead. Burton just collected the ball and struck on his very next step and kicked it into the back of the goal, beating the goalkeeper Stroud. So 3-0 with 8:08 left to play first period. Wabash in control. Dorsaleski works it to Rowley, back to Spasse. And Porras now will play in the sweeper spot and work it back to Rowley. Little Giants very patient now with the 3-0 lead, just looking to set the offense. Now they'll play ahead, and the ball just skipped ahead of Abduli. And collected defensively by Sanchez. Back ahead now, Rowley on the offense. Out wide to Abduli. Wega looks for a spot, fires it far side, shot! No good, into the side of the net by Mohamed Nadur. The other freshman from the Brooklyn area in New York City. Just couldn't cut it in front of the net, put it into the side for a goal kick. 7:03 remaining first period with the clock counting down. Ball played ahead, but Porras handles it there, and Wabash fans groaning just a bit, hoping for a Monmouth foul when Jack Ressler and Gino James battled for the ball. Wabash again with possession, as the Little Giants have done throughout this first half. Spasse looks downfield. He'll play to Rowley just across the midline. Up ahead to Gore. Nice pass by Max, and a good job battling. This is Nadur, and Nadur contact with Sanchez, but David James waves, shakes his head. No foul. Made the call immediately. Saw the contact, said no advantage gained. Deep to Burton. That's going to be over his head and sail over the touchline, just beyond the Monmouth bench. 5:56 left to play first period. Wabash 3, Monmouth 0. Little Giants will play deep back to Jennings. He'll step out in front of the box. Foot that over to Dorsaleski. Spasse takes his time, looks downfield. And he'll get some help from James over on the right side. James will go back to Dorsaleski. And Spasse looks, turns, takes it across the midfield line. Wanted to go to Stuyvesant, and just a little long. Throw in by Daniel Wells to restart for the Scots. Abduli with pressure. As he battles Oltman. Oltman sends it wide. And a battle with James. Gino will come up with it to Nadur. Mohamed turns, fired one off a free Burton. Fired, oh, Wega with a great look. What a pass from Mohamed Nadur to his fellow New Yorker, Abduli Wega. And the lanky freshman just lifted it over the goal. Little Giants nearly tacked on a fourth, and it would have been a beautiful goal. Instead, it'll be a goal kick by Chase Stroud. And Rowley will head that one. As the Scots try and maintain possession, Gino James will play it back to midfield. Trapped there by Dusem. Little Giants now play it back up. Here's Gore. Gore has Wega on the left and Nadur on the right. Michael nutmegs, fakes the shot, gets it off to Burton. Burton with a shot knocked down by Stroud and played away by Cranford. Over the touchline, it'll be a throw-in Wabash deep into Monmouth territory. Mike Gore will check out of the lineup. Little Giants play one in quickly. And Stroud collects it and punts it down toward the right corner for the Scots, where Stuyvesant is there defensively to knock the ball away. Little Giants play it in their defensive zone. Work it toward midfield. Ball played back in the back between Dorsaleski and Jennings. Now Porras with it. Michael Tanchevsky is the new Little Giant onto the pitch. Here's Wega chasing a ball down, fires it across, and nobody home for Wabash. It sailed over the goal line anyway, but Wega with a great hustle there. And making the heady play, just fire it back toward the front of the net and hope one of the Little Giants could chase it down. Coming up on a minute and a half remaining in the first half. 3-0 our score. A pair of goals by Nikola Kajmakowski and a third from Free Burton have been the difference in our ball game. Kajmakowski off a penalty kick and then off a solid strike on a restart on the free kick. Here's Nadur, Mohamed Nadur racing as he battles Cranford. It will sail out of bounds and believe it will be a throw-in, not a corner kick. It is a throw-in. They'll fire ahead quickly to Anguiano. And Anguiano took a little bump to the side, went to the turf, no foul called, and Stroud collects the ball. Here's a short punt at midfield. Tanchevsky battling for the header. Now there's Anguiano, and finally Dorsaleski will try and clear, but Monmouth comes up with it. It's Jack Ressler. Ressler over the far side, and the Scots now will reset off the leg of Du Sem. Sem battling Nadur, takes it away. Mohamed trying to maintain possession and reset. And he'll tap it back to Gino James. James toward the back line, Dorsaleski from Porras. As we're under the final 5 seconds. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Nikola Kajmakowski got us started with a penalty kick. He added a second goal on a free kick restart, and then it was Free Burton into the box and in with his first goal of the season. Wabash with a 3-0 lead at halftime. We'll take a break, look at a couple of features on Wabash College. When we come back, we'll take a look at first half stats. And we'll also see if we can find a guest or two. We can certainly say hi to Jack Foos, who's walking by. First half score, Wabash 3, Monmouth 0. Back in a few moments. Okay, I see we're clear.
We're here in Florence to kind of connect what we've been learning in class about Machiavelli and Florentine history. We've visited a lot of the places that Machiavelli references in his works, seen a lot of great artwork so far.
The course is heavily impacted on just kind of the places, the topography, and then just kind of the impact all these families had in one city before Italy became a state.
American students, particularly those students who've grown up in the Midwest, have a particular experience of space that's often dictated by, sort of car culture of the United States, maybe large farms or other large sort of private homesteads, but most of the students don't have an understanding of the way space would function in a city like Florence.
We're standing in the courtyard of the Bargello.
So we're at Palazzo Pitti here.
So this is the Florence Baptistry.
The convent and church of San Marco.
Cathedral Santa Maria di Fiori.
We're currently at Basilica di Santa Croce, which is the Church of the Holy Cross. It's one of the main religious hallmarks in the Florentine culture and the Florentine religious history. One of the biggest parts about the Santa Croce Church is that its spatial location. It's directly across from Palazzo Vecchio, which is really like the main political place for the city. So this kind of gives the political branches some religious authority for their decisions. It's still full of wonderful, many amazing things, and it's a great thing to be able to be here.
It's become very clear that the students must be able to experience that space by immersing themselves in it if they're to truly understand the argument that I'm making about what Machiavelli is saying about how space creates a citizen. The students are able to grasp very quickly upon being immersed in these spaces that there is something to my contention that a different type of space from the one they're used to could create a different type of citizen, and that Machiavelli's understanding of citizenship could be determined by the way in which the space around him functioned and the space around him created him and created him as a political thinker in a certain way. And in the second half of the course, I'm going to have students take those observations and examine the spaces around them in the United States to think about the ways in which they are created as citizens, as political beings, by the spaces that have surrounded them.
At Wabash College, fine arts students thrive in our state-of-the-art facilities and dynamic programs, including theater, art, music, and the Digital Arts and Human Values Initiative. In its annual college guide, the Princeton Review ranked Wabash 7th nationally for Best College Theater.
It's a really exciting place to be recognized nationally in the theater landscape right now.
This is an opportunity for us to have a national audience, right? Recognizing the work that we do.
1, 2, 3, just do it!
I'm directing a production of The Misanthrope, a new adaptation of The Misanthrope. The Misanthrope was originally written by Molière, known kind of as the grandfather of farce. And one of the great joys of Molière is that he wrote in rhyming verse. So this entire play is in rhyming couplets, which is a really exciting challenge for the students.
His name's Al says he's at the end of his road to society. He's the misanthrope.
I'm helping write a rap for the introduction and for the conclusion of the play. And I have a minor role in the play, but that's the current production that we're working on at Wabash.
Fine arts are not just centered on theater. At Wabash College, music is just another way for both music majors and non-music majors to tap into some creativity.
We have fantastic faculty, a wide variety of music here. They have jazz band, orchestra, Wamadan. Also, you can take a class in electric music, which is very interesting. Coming to Wabash as someone who's played music for a long time, I think it's still a place where you can learn and grow from your experiences, and you also have a lot of opportunities here. Coming here, playing music is definitely something people should come here for.
And to round off the fine arts experience, the visual arts program at Wabash provides yet another platform to inspire creativity and to drive home the arts in a liberal arts education.
We have a relatively new department, and we all work in a number of cross-disciplinary ways, from film to performance to traditional sculpting, painting, drawing. So when students take courses here, there's a wide range of things they can get into. You don't have to have a background in art to take a class here, and you can, just putting forth a good, the best effort you can do well.
We're going to do a makerspace, so it could be working with robotic platforms or taking apart machines and reconfiguring them, or just working with analog and digital technology.
There's a major trip that occurs with the seniors to a metropolitan area to look and study art. There's definitely opportunities for them beyond Crawfordsville to kind of get out and see work as well. When you create art, you're creating a problem, and then you're solving it. You're making this set of parameters, you're working within limitations, and so that applies that skill into a lot of other fields beyond just a focus on making art.
I personally believe that an inclusive understanding of the humanities in a fuller sense and the sciences really innovates and pushes forward theater in an exciting way.
The biggest question that we get is, so what are you going to do with that? And the answer is, what have you got? And you can see facets of theater in every part of human endeavor and existence.
As a part of the liberal arts experience here, we have to take a fine arts credit, and the fine arts credit I chose was to take a theater class. After about a year that I really wanted to pursue theater, and I don't think that would have happened had I not come to a liberal arts institution.
It's an important part of the education here, having different experiences and different opportunities. It's not just in the classroom.
The liberal arts is, I think, the most exciting education out there, because this is one of the very few times in life where you get to genuinely explore everything that excites you. And when something sparks a passion that sometimes you didn't even know you have, and it changes your entire life course, I think that's what liberal arts gets to do. That's what Wabash gets to do.
Explore everything that excites you. Explore the fine arts at Wabash. If anything is indicative of a liberal arts education, the Center for Innovation and Business Entrepreneurship at Wabash College is just that. In the program, students take lessons learned within the confines of a classroom to the community in a real-world application scenario.
You're given guidance and direction and mentorship, and so being involved in that on a daily basis for our students while they're still in a learned academic environment is really critical in their growth and development.
We believe we have a great product here to offer to the market. I ended up applying for the marketing immersion program. Not really thinking marketing was going to be something for me, but man, was it a great opportunity. I was able to sit down for a week, and I've found my passion.
Our liberal arts bridges to a business program or lab program, that they really get an opportunity to help learn how to do business plans and marketing plans.
The third program that I was in was actually the Full Bridge at Wabash. That program's really focused at getting you into the business world. How can you interview better? How can you make your resume look better? How do I get my first job? You know, what steps do I need to take? And I think that's what the Full Bridge program really offered us.
Nestled in Crawfordsville, Indiana, Wabash College is a spotlight in the community. And through the CIBE, students are becoming more connected, even rubbing elbows with the mayor, who also happens to be a Wabash grad.
Wabash has made a nice effort in recent years to really involve the students in the community. And really that works to the advantage of the community and the student. And I think where we will really see it start to pay dividends, you know, as those guys, they can come back to this community and they have much stronger ties than students did years ago.
The liberal arts experience is one that really broadens that student's opportunities.
Being able to think through problems and solve problems, which is really what I do on a daily basis.
What Wabash allows you to do is it allows you to get a vast education so that in life you're able to apply this education in any realm you're in.
shots on goal with just one shot attempt in the ball game for Monmouth. Chase Stroud has made 2 saves on those 5 total shot attempts. Dayton Jennings untested thus far through 45 minutes. Nikola Kaimakowski with 4 shots, 2 shots on goal. Both of those found the back of the net. Let's see if we can sneak in some first half highlights as we get ready to start the second half. See if Adam and the guys are ready for that. Ben Kramer working away on replay today. And if not, I know we'll get to those at some point. Also hoping to talk to Scott Dreher and Cassandra Dreher, his daughter, about the Wabash College celebration of 50 years of soccer. We look at these first half highlights. Good defensive play inside. And this is one of the early shot attempts where the Little Giants were turned away. But then following that, it was Kaimakowski with the second goal of the match, and then Free Burton added another one. Here's the ball in. Nearly scored by Wabash, but Chase Stroud, the goalkeeper for Monmouth, did a fantastic job of turning it away. And then there's the free kick reset. Second goal of the game for Nikolai Kaimakowski as it finds the back of the net, and a near miss by Abduli Waga. Just sailed over the bar. You see his frustration there as he just missed. We're back underway. First minute of soccer as the Little Giants will now work from north to south, left to right on your TV, computer, tablet device, phone, whatever you may be watching the game on. We're glad to have you with us today. Understand we may have some Monmouth fans in Australia watching this afternoon here. I believe it may be early morning tomorrow in Australia. Here's Free Burton with the ball. Fires it into the middle. There's a shot attempt that sails high by Max Rowley. Max just had it go over the crossbar, but it was a nice drop pass from Burton. Free Burton with a goal in the first period. It was a penalty kick in the 7th minute by Kaimakowski. Made it a 1-0 game, and then he tallied his second goal of the match in the 37th minute, 5 seconds into the 37th minute. And then just 46 seconds later, it was Free Burton off a pass from Max Rowley, making it a 3-0 game. Monmouth with the throw in here. It's Justin Seeley. And Seeley right into Riley Pelton. And you hear the Wabash students in front of me suggesting that Brad Dooley didn't challenge that as hard as he might have. Here's a ball over the touchline by Wabash, the throw in for Monmouth. And Christian Stuyvesant played good defense to get that one away. Rowley with it, now to Angiano. Over to Free Burton on the right wing. Burton ahead to Gore, just off his foot. And it'll be collected at the midline by Pelton. Little Giants still on the attack. Dorsaleski collects to, I believe that's James on the far side. Nope, check that. That's going to be Stuyvesant. And there's a ball cleared out by the Scots. Boris will collect in the back, but it'll be taken away. And then Pelton touches at the midline to Rowley. Rowley goes deep corner, looks for Burton, but the header safely away by the Scots. And then guided out of bounds by Seeley. Here's a ball in front. Nador strikes. But Stroud answers with a diving save to his right. He keeps the Little Giants off the scoreboard here in the second half. 3-0 lead for Wabash. We've played 4 minutes of soccer. And Mike Gore called for a foul as he battled with Seeley. Here's a ball tapped away by Burton to Gabby. Off to Gore. Gore drops it off to Rowley. Max ahead. Played back toward Stroud off the deflection. And Stroud will collect, wait for his 9 other teammates to get downfield. Monmouth playing down a man after the early red card. Came in just the 7th minute on the handball in the box. Here's a ball played by Seeley. He's chased by Riley Pelton. And Pelton will force that turnover. Here's Nador working hard. And Nador's going to be called for the foul. And Muhammad will clear out of the way for the restart by the Scots. Monmouth just 1 shot in the first period. That came off the boot of Brad Dooley. Little Giants will play the advantage on the foul to Rowley. Here's Gore. Gore looking for a shot. Tries to turn. Finds Burton. And Burton had it knocked away by the Scott defender. That's Sanchez, who works it upfield. Actually, that'll be Ducem. 23, not 22. Back to Seeley now on the right side, on the left side for the Scots offense. Seeley works it ahead to Miranda. Miranda battling Anguiano, and Anguiano takes him down on a foul call. So 3-0 lead for Wabash. Coming up on 10 minutes as we say hi to Bill Fell as he stops in. The voice of John Kersey just off to my right. Substitute for the Little Giants, it'll be Abduli Wega. And Rowley will head that one out of the box. The Scots look to head it back in off the noggin of Carlos Ruiz. Ruiz trying to play it on the left side. Riley Pelton says no. Here's Seeley now battling with Rowley. Seeley will put it toward the box, and it's punched out by Jennings. Jennings punched out the ball and nearly got his teammate Stiverson. Christian resets. Here's Wega on the far side. And that ball's just going to go, going to be an offside call, I believe. Speaking of familiar voices, a voice you'll hear next Saturday at Hallett Little Giant Stadium. Tyler Wade here in the background. Here's Chase Stroud to put it back into play off the offside call. Ball's in play downfield. Porras battles with Brad Dooley. And the ball collected by Wabash. Here's Gore. Off to Burton on the right wing. Free will play it back to Mike. They're looking ahead. Wega calling for the ball on the left wing, but this will slip all the way through to Stroud. Stroud will punt it toward the midline, and that's going to sail well out of bounds. It'll be a Wabash throw in. Here's Gabriel Anguiano. Shot by Mike Gore, knocked away by Stroud. It'll be a corner kick for Wabash. Jim Amadon will retrieve that one and throw it into the corner. For where Gabby Angiano will restart on this corner kick. Little Giants to the far side of the post, top of the box. Ball played in. Pelton up ahead. Header by Burton is no good. And ball still loose, and it's going to now cross over the goal line for a goal kick. Rowley got a great header on it, and Stroud was right there to answer. Knocked it away. Little Giants tried to keep it in play, but came up empty. You look at it. Number 3, Martin Zavarov, who got the red card on the handball early over on the Monmouth bench. Forcing the Scots to play down a man here most of the first period and through these early 10 minutes of the second. 35 minutes remaining, Wabash up 3-0. Ball battled at midfield. Augustin Miranda has it. Now played forward. And a foul called on Justin Seeley as he went over the top of Riley Pelton to try and play that ball. We didn't get a chance to talk about our keys to the game earlier, so I was a little late getting over, taking care of some things on the far side of the field in between the benches. But one of the things Coach Keller talked to the team about on Thursday was better communication, and you saw Riley Pelton, Little Giants up 3-0, and Pelton talking to his defense. There's a shot right off of Stroud. He has to recollect the rebound. Does so just before Nadur can come in and try and hit a follow-up shot. And Stroud will put it back in play. Stroud to Seeley on the punt. Played over to Miranda. Miranda now will give it up to Ruiz. And the Little Giants take it away. Stuyvesant, Christian, has it out on the wing to Wega. Up ahead to Mike Gore. Gore taps it back. Now he'll get some help from Gabby. Gabby works it forward, wants to take the big strike. It's blocked away by Ruiz. And this will be a corner kick for Wabash. And Gabby Angiano will take it. There's a corner into the box, knocked off of one of the Scots, and they'll play it across the touchline. And Riley Pelton will throw it in, near side, about midway into the attacking zone. There's a throw in, he looks for Gore. Nice job by Mike blocking there. Got possession of the ball, just held his ground. Here's Angiano. He'll make a couple of fakes with the right foot, then drop it off to Free Burton. Burton tried to go ahead to rally. A Scott got in the way, good defense. And now it's Sanchez looking to play it out of the half, but Stuyvesant there to keep it in play. To Wega. Wega, a nice pass to Nadur. Nadur works his way through. Little Giants have the advantage, so no foul called, and there's a shot on goal and a save by Porras. Stroud collected that one. Ball tap, knocked down by Sanchez. Scott's in control now with Ruiz. Here's a ball lifted toward Pelton. He's got a man coming on, and he'll tap back to Jennings. Dayton kicks it wide to his left. Dorsaleski with it to Rowley, and now back to Rodrigo Porras, one of the seniors on this Wabash team, an all-conference player. As we get a wind gust, and I send a ball boy chasing after the Monmouth roster. Well retrieved down there, young man. And Holton Warner Thanks, Holden. Bernie Manker here. He takes a seat next to me.
Okay, what do you is this on the, you broadcasting this or just recording it for later?
As we are in our live broadcast. Folks watching from Australia.
Oh, hi. Thanks.
Folks watching all around. Our first major broadcast of the year. Our thanks, as always, to Adam Phipps, all the guys in the truck. I think we have Carlos on graphics this afternoon. Ben on replay. Here's a ball played forward. That's going to get over the head of Stuyvesant, but Christian did a great job of battling back and played that ball forward as he kept Lucas Sondergroth from being able to make a good run and try and get a shot on goal. Be a foul called on Wabash. That'll go on Abduli. And we'll have a free kick to restart. Remind you, if you need more information on what it takes to become a Wabash man, visit our website at www.wabash.edu. Wabash men with the soccer ball right now. This is Free Burton. Burton and Nadur play a little tap and going. We'll have a foul called on Nadur. So they'll say he ran through the defender, Ruiz. See in a few minutes if we can get Scott and Cassandra Dreyer to join us. Try and get a few words from them. Cassandra Dreyer is working on a video. We'll see a preview of it tonight. Wega tried to play that ball and lost his footing. That was a tough break for the young freshman. And playing the ball down puts him in a dangerous spot, so his play is stopped and the ball given to Monmouth on the foul. Here's Miranda. Miranda plays it back to Oltman. Oltman tries to work it up, and Abduli takes it away. Abduli will play to the far right side to Burton. Free, collects, taps through, and unfortunately nobody there for Wabash. This one's kicked over the touchline for a throw-in by the Little Giants. Under 28 minutes to play here. 27:50 showing on the game clock. 3-0 our score. Wabash with the lead. Pelton awaits the throw-in as we had a substitute, I believe, for Wabash. See if we can catch who came in on the far side. I believe it may be Boulay. See if it is. Here's Nadur battling with Stroud. And Stroud will get it. Yeah, that looks like Jacques Boulay on the far side. If he'll turn and show me his number. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Jacques. Ball played to the midfield line. Controlled by Stuyvesant. He's got it down the left side line. Ball will be knocked out of bounds by Monmouth. It'll be a corner kick for the Little Giants, or will it be a throw-in? It'll be a throw-in. So it crossed the touch line just before it got past the goal line. And that ball's going to go off of Mike Gore. And then off of a Monmouth defender. And now we'll have a corner kick for the Little Giants. We've played 19 minutes of soccer here in the second period. There's a shot tapped over the crossbar by the goalie Stroud, with Max Rowley crashing in along with Mohamed Nadur. Lots of net front presence for the Little Giants, and Stroud's only choice, flicked the ball over the crossbar. So another corner kick for Wabash. That was a great set by Anguiano. Ball played in the middle again. The header by Rowley, no good. Second shot off the crossbar and no good. A third attempt is swallowed on a block. And we've got another penalty kick. A man down on the ground for the Scots. Called for the penalty. And I believe it's going to be Dayton Jennings. DJ's going to take this one. He and Max Rowley talk. Porras is going to drop deep. Jennings came racing up and said, I'll take this one. So the goalkeeper, Dayton Jennings, will look to take this PK. Little Giants 2 for 2 this season. Jennings, too high. So good attempt by Dayton, but got a little too much foot underneath it. We'll have subs in for the Little Giants.
Good try. Yeah, right.
So Wabash will go to its bench. It's going to be David Riggs checking in, I believe. No? Yes, it is. Saw Free Burton for a second, and I thought, no, he was already in the game. He and Riggs, both with the longer hair, tied up behind the head. Here's Riggs with the ball. David will come away with it. And Riggs will play it to the wing. Stiverson works his way through with the ball. Oh, check it, it's Boulay. 14, not 4. Dorsileski plays the ball free. Here's Boulay. Into the center for Burton. Burton battles, and we'll have a foul on Burton as the Scots will reset. The Little Giants, I think that's Boulay. It is. Tying issue, Stroud will give him the time. They stop the clock for the equipment piece. There you see the replay on that play that led to the penalty kick, but Dayton Jennings was unable to convert. Here are the Scots trying to mount a good offensive attack. Ball goes wide to Seeley. Pelton will stretch out that hamstring and flick it out of bounds. And we'll have a substitute for Monmouth. Scots will bring in Jack Ressler. Saw Ressler in the first half. He'll give Mario Sanchez a break. And the throw in by Seeley, flicked away by Dorsileski. And the ball collected by Seeley as he battles. We've got Scott Dreyer getting ready to join us. We'll turn on his mic in just a moment. We'll flip his mic forward. There we go. That's always the biggest thing I go through, trying to make sure my headset's set just exactly the way I want it. Scott Dreyer with us. Scott, always a pleasure to see you. Turn your volume down just a little bit.
Hey, Brent, how are you?
Oh, doing fantastic. It's great to see you. Ended up being a beautiful day today for soccer and a beautiful day to celebrate 50 years of soccer at Wabash College. What does this day mean to you?
Well, when I played here, we had been playing soccer for 15 years. And to see this new field and the level of play from when we played is amazing. We always look back, how many from our team would have made this team now? I don't know that. Maybe Tim Paget, and Doug Beebe.
Well, Coach Keller's done a fantastic, fantastic job as Mike Gore has a shot blocked, but collected by Anguiano. Just putting together a good group of young players, some solid seniors to provide leadership, but some really athletic sophomores and freshmen. They are fun to watch play.
Yeah, the future looks bright. He's done a good job recruiting people and looking for kids who will be a good fit on the field.
Now, speaking of a good job, you and your daughter Cassandra have been working for really over a year, gathering thoughts, memories, all the great stories of Wabash soccer over 50 seasons. And Cassandra is working on putting that together in a movie. We're going to get a chance to see a little of that tonight at the soccer banquet. What has that meant to touch base with all the great young men who've played soccer here at Wabash over 50 years?
It's quite a lesson to see the common things that all of us have experienced, even though most of us have never met each other. And it's amazing how small the world is when you can look at the commonalities. And also getting to work with my daughter as an equal in a professional sense is really kind of interesting as a parent.
And this is something she's involved in her day-to-day life. I mean, working on some cinematography and things along those lines.
She works in a documentary film company in San Francisco called Citizen Film, and she's working her ass off doing all aspects of filmmaking, independent documentaries. And so she's had to squeeze this project in, and the more you get into it, the more you realize how big the task is. So she's put together a beautiful 10 minutes or so, but there's still a bunch more we want to do. So we're looking for the next couple of months to finish this up and get some more good stories assembled.
Well, I know we'll get a chance to see the 10 minutes that have been produced thus far, but just looking forward to what'll be a great tribute to Wabash soccer that soccer fans and just Wabash fans of any genre will really appreciate as the Scots mount a quick attack. This is Seeley. Riley Pelton shuts that down, and a nice nutmeg move by Pelton to maintain possession. But Wabash has really obviously they're taking advantage of the man-up situation that they're in. Little Giants have just dominated possession in this game.
It's nice to see. We needed to get some rhythm and start scoring some goals, and this has been a good opportunity to do that.
They'll face a Carthage team tomorrow that suffered a loss against Hanover. Big weekend, and of course, in addition to being the 50th anniversary of Wabash soccer, it's the Robbie Dreher Classic, and there's a shot that just couldn't duck in off of the foot of David Riggs. We've been able to name this after your son who passed away along with your wife and Robbie's maternal grandparents in a plane crash because of Robbie's love of soccer. I mean, it really was his life and something he enjoyed. You've told great stories about him getting up early in the morning, coming into your room, laying down in the bed to watch morning Premier League soccer and watch just any kind of soccer that was on. Played on a youth league team that was really playing a level above and ended up winning a championship. Talk about Robbie's love of the game.
Well, he lived it, and he decided early on that he wanted to be a professional soccer player. And we had some drama in the house one time when my wife had said, don't put all your eggs in that basket. And he felt that his dreams had been betrayed and was crying and upset. And I had to come in and remind him that we'll do whatever it takes, but just don't give up on school. You'll need that when you retire. And so I remember one time I got him out of school at 11 o'clock. I told him he had a fever, and we went to an English pub at noon to watch a Champions League final. And it was the one where Liverpool came back from 3-0 down to win.
Oh my.
And we had bet a cell phone. He had wanted a cell phone, and I said, okay, if Liverpool comes back and wins, I'll get you the cell phone, thinking I had no danger. And I got in huge trouble from my wife for betting that and then losing. So that was more drama.
Another, we've been talking about Wabash memories. A Wabash memory happened earlier today, just before the start of this game. A chance to honor the man that really brought soccer to Wabash, Professor John Fisher, honorary class of 1970. A tremendous classics professor here at Wabash. Chance to honor him by naming this field in his honor.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Without John, this program wouldn't have existed. He fought for it, and I didn't really know what he had done. He was my advisor, and I went out for soccer on a whim at my roommate's suggestion. I didn't know till much later that the role that he had in starting this program. And the year I played, we weren't that good, but we beat DePauw, which, of course, you know, is a successful season.
Absolutely. 1981 victory over the Tigers. We're going to hear about that later tonight. I know Tim Padgett's going to speak about that. We'll even hear from one of your teammates who now lives in Greece. He got a little video.
Fantastic.
And Jimmy's going to try and join us by Skype if the technology works. So we'll hear a little more about that victory. As the Little Giants back on the defensive end. This is Tanjevsky. He and Jennings will play the ball. Jennings will play it out over the head of Max Rowley. Knocked down there by Burton and tapped across the touchline. Scott, always a pleasure to have you join us. Thank you so much for everything you do for Wabash College soccer. Thank you for helping us celebrate this 50th anniversary and for being able to honor John Fisher the way that we did with naming the field. A lot of that behind your good work, and we appreciate everything you've done.
Well, thank you as well. Thanks for bringing me up here. This was fun.
Scott Dreyer, ladies and gentlemen, class of 1982, joining us. A big supporter of Wabash soccer. As Wabash on the attack here. Ball knocked away from Gabby, but collected, and a shot on goal by Boulay. Jacques had an earlier attempt that Stroud had to punch away. So Jacques finding shots on goal here in the second period. Wabash up 3-0. Coming up on 14 minutes left here in the match. Scott's now trying to work on offense. Ball will be knocked away by Ben Wachnicki. Back on that defensive back line. It's across the touchline. Scott's with the throw-in. Brad Dooley took the throw in. He has the lone shot attempt for Monmouth. Now up ahead, here's Sem. Ball knocked down by Spase. Dorsileski works it upfield. And now he'll boot on the far side left. Looked for David Riggs. Ball will be headed out of bounds by Wells. And Riggs with the throw in. David looks to throw for Anguiano, and it goes just a little too far. Knocked back toward the defensive third by Cranford. Now there's a shot by Riggs, no good. Blocked in front. Dooley gives chase, but Riggs will get it. Another shot blocked. Headed back by Burton. Burton to Anguiano. Anguiano will try and set up Sims. Sims with a nice back heel pass to Boulay. Boulay back to Riggs. Riggs will fire again and finds the back of the net. Goal number 1 of the season by David Riggs. Sims and Boulay working the ball along with Free Burton. And Boulay signals the crowd after he picks up the assist on the goal by David Riggs. 4-0 now the score. Riggs again with his first goal of the season. And Jacques Boulet picks up the second assist of the day for the Little Giants. We'll have a substitute for Wabash. Some Monmouth subs loosening up. Colin Lucky, I believe. It is Lucky. Spase Dorsaleski, his day probably done. In a 4-0 lead now for Wabash. So Lucky will run the middle of that defense. Here's the ball taken away by Eric Hernandez. Hernandez to Ressler. Ressler fires it through to Nilsson. Ball slips through. Lucky will let it go as Jennings will play it back across the midfield line. Knocked down. Here's Riggs giving chase. Latest Wabash goal scorer has it down the left side and had it taken away by the Scots defender. Monmouth now on the attack. Works down the right side. Right in front of the bench. This is Ressler. Ressler trying to find Cranford. There's a tap into the box, and that's going to sail over the crossbar. Jennings gave it a look, just in case he had to punch it away. And he'll take his time to get set up for the goal kick. Little Giants, 10.5 minutes away from win number 1 of the 2016 season. Here's a ball headed down, and on the attack is Lucas Nilsson. Nilsson looking for space. Lucky takes the ball away. Good tackle by Collin. Here's a ball flicked ahead. Little Giants on the attack. It's Max Lawson trying to chase that down, and we'll have a throw-in by Lawson. Well, Max will leave it on the ground. As the Little Giants will substitute. Noah Newcomb checking in. Max Rowley heads to the bench. Max with an assist in today's ball game. Pelton with the throw-in looks for Boulet. Boulet with an assist on the Riggs goal. That ball tapped out of bounds by the Scots across the touchline. Wabash alums from many different class years all gathered to watch the Little Giants in this 4-0 lead. Subs both ways. As you see Jacques Boulet head to the bench. There's the ball tapped out of bounds for a goal kick. Lawson looked like he would initially take it. He'll give way to Gaviangiano. 8.5 minutes remaining. Little Giants continue to go to the bench. Cruz Garcia checking in for Wabash. Freshman. Riggs controls. Look for Garcia for a moment. Now goes wide. There's a shot right into the hands of Stroud. By another of the Wabash substitutes. Trying to see who just checked in. Peter Van Houten. That was Wojnicki with the shot attempt, but Van Houten just checking in for Wabash, number 24. Seeing some action this afternoon. Scott's on the throw-in. Here's Cranford. Finds Hernandez, left wing. Hernandez has his ball knocked across the touchline by Sims. And Dusem will throw in. Cranford plays it back to Wrestler. Little Giants dispossess. And taken away from Lawson for a moment. He got it back. Here's Noah Newcomb. Newcomb with Nadur to his left. Mohammed will take it. Riggs couldn't get to it, but Wachnicki controls, gets to Riggs. Tap back to Wachnicki. Little Giants on the attack again. Here's Nadur. Racing to the corners, Noah Newcomb. Newcomb will play it back into the box, and it'll be kicked across the touchline. Throw in Wabash. 6:44 left to play. Little Giants hold the 4-0 edge. And Garcia will take the throw in. Cruz waits for the Wabash offense to get set. And we've got a goalkeeper change. David Doherty will check in. He'll see his first action of the season, so a goalkeeper change with 6.5 left. Jennings really untested. Back to Tanjevsky. He'll flick to Lucky. Back to Michael. And Lucky will play it to the midline. Nadur back to Colin. He'll come across to Tanjevsky, who plays up ahead to Riggs. Riggs with the shoulder flick. Had the ball knocked away by Podbelsic. And Podbelsic plays it right to Mohamed Nadur. But stayed with it. Took it away. Good tackle by Noah Newcomb. Coming up on the 5-minute mark remaining here in our match. Wabash with the 4-0 advantage. Ball into the box, and that one is sent toward the back wall behind the goal. Little Giants with the corner kick. Riggs will take it. He tallied the 4th goal of the match on a nice setup off the foot of Jacques Boulet. Riggs raises his hand, puts the ball in toward the box. Taken shot, smothered by Stroud. Peter Van Houten, his first shot on goal of the season for the freshman. And that's going to be corralled by Wachnicki. Back ahead toward Van Houten. Peter races down the left side, centers. Well, Giants got just a little too deep. Lawson trying to chase it down. It'll be a throw-in. Garcia will take. Newcomb back to Garcia. Cruz knocks it down. Then it goes off the chest of Noah Newcomb, out of bounds. Throw in with 4:07 remaining. Perfect way to cap the naming of Fisher Field with a victory. Wabash leads 4-0. Nadur looking to add to that. Here's Garcia. Garcia will play it back center to Tanjevsky. Back to Colin Lucky. And Lucky will go left side down to Wachnicki. Ben works it forward, works his way into the box, into a crowd taken away by the Scots. Nadur is there to dispossess. Nice tackle for Mohamed Nadur. Here's Lucky again, looking to set it down that left line. Wachnicki lifts it in toward the goal box. Stroud will corral. With 3:12 left to play. 16 shots on goal for Wabash in this contest. It's been an offensive outpouring for the Little Giants. Ball tipped back by Newcomb. Under 3 to play. Riggs with a little back heel flip. Dispossessed by Monmouth. Played back toward the goal. Dusem will take it. He flicks ahead. Played up by Cranford and taken away by Tanjevsky. Here's Mohamed Nadur, a good spin move. Off to Lawson. Lawson had that taken away by Sem. And then Lawson will commit the foul, trying to come back defensively. Ball knocked down on the restart by Newcomb. Up ahead to it was Van Houten trying to chase that down. But flicked over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Chase Stroud, the Monmouth goalkeeper, who has been busy today. Lucky goes up to challenge. Foul on Lucky, trying to battle on the 50-50 ball with Jack Ressler, and Ressler now will set it back into play. Ressler puts a boot into it toward Doherty. It's going to be played out by Corey Sims. Back to the top of the box, knocked down there by Podbelsic. But the Little Giants come up with the ball, flick it out of play with under a minute left. Here's Riggs in the battle on the left-hand side with Justin Boston. And Boston will eventually take it away. Scots with 44 seconds left. Across the midfield line. Nilsson had the ball kicked out of bounds by Tanjevsky. Michael was hoping it was a Wabash throw-in, but the referee in the center says Monmouth ball. Scots play it in. This is Ressler taken away. Here's Nadur after a good play by Wachnicki. Played back to Tanchevsky. Back to David Doherty with under 10 to play. David will boot it toward midfield. Loose ball with 3, 2, 1, and that's your ball game. Wabash with the 4-0 victory this afternoon over Monmouth in Game 2 of the Robbie Dreher Classic, the 50th anniversary celebration of Wabash College soccer. Little Giants started with a goal on a penalty kick by Nicolo Kai Mikowski. Kai Mikowski scored a second goal. Then it was Free Burton closing out the first half off a pass from Max Rowley for a 3-0 halftime lead. And then Little Giants tacked on one final goal in the game. It was a pass from Jacques Boulet to David Riggs for the final goal of the afternoon. As you see the team shaking hands at midfield. Wabash will have the early game tomorrow. It's a 1 o'clock start as the Little Giants take on Carthage College. Monmouth will play Hanover in the 4 o'clock match. Once again, final score, Wabash 4, Monmouth 0. The Little Giants pick up victory number 1 on the season as they come over to sing Old Wabash to the fans, along with a nice round of applause for the Little Giant faithful. I want to thank our broadcast crews. You hear the Little Giants singing Old Wabash. Technical Director Adam Phipps, class of 11. Your replay operator today was Ben Kramer. Graphics operator Carlos Rios. Ben Hoon on camera 1, Quan Shu on camera 2, Diam Adnan on camera 3, and Tu Nguyen on camera number 4. Thank you, gentlemen. Great broadcast of Wabash College soccer, a 4-0 victory for the Little Giants. Again, Wabash will play Carthage College tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll have just the single broadcast, natural sound for you. And then we'll have the full show next Saturday, 1 o'clock for Wabash football when the Little Giants take on Allegheny College. For everyone involved with the broadcast, I'm Brent Harris. Have a great weekend, everyone, and happy 50th anniversary of Wabash College soccer.